Hello, smart viewers. Welcome to Face to Face. It's the English talk show, the only talk show on Minis TV using English language and discusses about various topics, various interesting topics, yeah. And for today's episode, I'm going to discuss about teenagers or, people below, before becoming adult, or they say under 21 that achieve specific achievements, having their capabilities done with the maximum potential. And I'm gonna give some inspiring teenagers all around the world, yeah. And for the first exhibit, she is the well-known teenager from which very popular all over the world. In 2014, Malala Yousafzai became the youngest winner of the Nobel Peace Prize, and including Dr. Martin Luther King and Mother Teresa. It's a group, and that she achieved at the age of 17. So she fought for girls' rights to education, and after suffering an attack by the Taliban, she became a leading advocate of female rights. So, and the second one is Nick Dell'osso. So, British-Australian Nick Dell'osso, a computer programmer, sold an app to Yahoo for $30 million at the age of 17 in 2013. The app, known as Samly, condenses news stories into 1,500 or 140 character summarizes. Previously, Dell'osso had been recognized as the youngest person to receive a round of venture capital in technology from a billionaire at just 15 years of age. Wow. And the third one is Jordan Romero. Jordan Romero, so on May 24th, 2001, Tembashiri, a 16-year-old Sherpa from Nepal, became the youngest person to climb Mount Everest. Since then, 13-year-old Jordan Romero of the United States now holds the age record, so having beaten the existing record of 15-year-old by Mingipa of Nepal. So he also became the youngest climber to scale all 7 of the 7 summits at age 15 in 2011, the tallest mountain on each continent. Ooh. So he like the youngest climber of the world, yeah. So the fourth one is Flynn McGarry. So Flynn McGarry, also known as LA's culinary prodigy, most recently was the chef of a pop-up at restaurant Atelier Grand. But prior to that, the young chef was profiled in the New Yorker at the age of 13. So when he had his own station at Alma Bon Appetit, best new restaurant of 2013. However, it all began when McGarry started serving haute cuisine out of his parents' house, which he called Eureka. The fifth one is Laura Decker, though she tried to do it at the age of 13 and the Dutch government shut her down. Laura Decker actually achieved her goal of sailing around the world by herself at the age of 14. The 2-year-long 27,000-mile journey took her around the globe and beyond in 2010, and her record has yet to be beat. So the next one is Saira Blair. So in 2014, Saira Blair became the youngest person ever to be elected into government in the United States. The 18-year-old girl won an election to serve in the West Virginia House of Delegates, representing a very small district in the state. She defeated her 44-year-old opponent by over 30% of the vote. Wow. And the last one is Nadia Comaneci. So Nadia Comaneci was the youngest person to ever receive a perfect 10 in the Olympics and still holds the record to this day. So the Romanian gymnast won 3 gold medals at the 1976 Summer Olympics in Montreal and scored perfection on the board. Perfecto, perfecto. Oh, and her record was not beaten until this day. So for the next segment, I will invite yet another, inspiring youngster also, which can inspire young smart viewers to achieve their goals and to, reach their own potentials. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned on Face to Face. Oh, hello, smart viewers. Welcome back to Face, and as I promised, on this segment I'm gonna invite one of inspiring youngster also, as discussed on the previous segment, one of the examples. So without further ado, please welcome Richie. Hello, maybe you can introduce yourself to smart viewers. Yeah.
Hi guys, viewers. My name is Richie Reinaldo. I am Binusian 2019, and I am now 20 years old, and I'm here as Mr. Teen Indonesia with the awesome host here.
Yeah, okay, maybe first of all, maybe you can, share about what you've been working on lately or what you've been busy lately.
Well, busying lately, I think the most important one is busying my college work.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a lot of stuff to do in these semesters. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think beside that, I have organizational and maybe busying the organizational stuff. And beside that, I also have like accepting the outside performance or being MC. Yep.
Oh, yeah, something like that. Yeah, and maybe you can also share about, the importance of as in the previous segment discussed about, the importance of being active in such a young age, discovering your own personal potential. You can share something about that.
Well, I think in this young state, I think the most important is being active because while we have time, I think we need to use it wisely. And this segment, I think what I want to do is inspiring and influence much youngster or maybe teenager to maybe done thing like more than myself to make this world and to make this country become more better.
Oh, yeah. And so maybe as you mentioned before, you said that you participate in the Mr. Teen, and maybe you can share about the activities and how you get the title and also the activities behind that. Yeah.
Okay, it's quite fun actually in this Mr. Teen Indonesia competition. At first, I joined this competition not because of my mind and I willing to go, but it's because of my friend.
Oh.
Yeah, I participate together with my friend, and by the end I was chosen and my friend not.
Oh.
Yeah, it was quite sad. And a fun thing inside is learn a lot of, and I myself also get a lot of friends. Activities inside this Mr. Teen Indonesia, I usually maybe doing some talk show, making some event to influence more teenager, to contribute more to this social. And inside this Mr. Teen Indonesia competition, I do a lot of preparation, just like preparing in costume, because inside the competition we have the, let's say like national costume competition.
Oh, yes,
yeah. Beside that also preparing for the speech and talent. Yep, also for the final like some kind of like like question and answer. There's like a lot. And I think the most important thing for me is in this event, in this competition, actually I quite like the people inside, and actually I learned very many things inside here.
How is it different from other, like competition, like Mr. Teen? What is the core, or like, is it more than just, like, kind of like presenting yourself, something like that?
Yep. Actually, I'm not only presenting myself, I also presenting for my province or my state, Kepulauan Riau, because I'm from Kepulauan Riau, and been chosen to compete in national. Yep. I think something that makes this Mr. Teen Indonesia different is because a lot of pageant competition, much of them is like for those like maybe 20-some years old or more to have the compete, like more mature people. But in Mr. Teen Indonesia, it's only for teenager that's about 17 to 19 years old. And especially program is to influence and to make teenager, which teenager is the valuable thing for the country. Yeah, I think that's.
Yes, and to, also to enrich themselves.
Yes.
Yeah, and maybe you can share about, in the process of, like maybe as a canteen, the process or something like that. We can share about, interesting experience.
Yeah. Well, the quarantine actually is quite interesting. I forget which day is it, but the day I reached at Bali, we have quarantine at Bali. Yeah, Bali and Surabaya, two places. When I reached there, I directly was being fetched by one of the chaperone. Chaperone is like the person who will accompany me the whole competition. Yeah, and actually, it's not that person like so sociable. So when I arrived there, I quite what to say. I don't know what to say because it's the first time I joined this kind of competition, right? And maybe the fun thing is the friend or the people there is really quite friendly. And when I arrived there, I was being like tagged as really like a friend, not as a competitor in there. Yeah, and
so the surroundings also supportive.
Yes, it's a lot of fun then. Maybe it's about 1 week. And the thing that start from the first, we having like a new no friend, maybe prepare for the competition, and we help each other in prepare competition. Yeah, I think then it's more than a trip, than a competition.
Yeah. So really enjoying.
Yeah, really enjoy it. Yeah.
So we'll continue a very exciting discussion, but after the break, still on Face to Face. Hello, Source viewers. Welcome back to Face to Face, and we'll continue our discussion with my special guest for today's episode, Richie Reinaldo, who is Mr. Teen Indonesia 2016. So, as we discussed about in the previous segment, you shared about the importance and also the difference that kind of like make Mr. Teen different from other pageant competition, and maybe you can take a look at some of your photos to describe the experiences of maybe you can share about this photo.
Yeah, this is the photo while I am in Surabaya during the quarantine, and we use this photo for the main competition photograph.
So there is a photographic competition.
Yeah.
In participating in Mr. Teen Indonesia.
Yep. And that's writing Kepulauan Riau. Yes, I'm presenting Kepulauan Riau.
Because you originally
I originally from Kepulauan Riau, and I'm having a college here in Binus University.
Oh yeah. Okay, and next one maybe.
Well, this is the photo while a few days, maybe it's about 10 days before.
Hot.
Yeah, still hot. And I'm winning the first runner-up for the male Venus Carrier Ambassador.
Oh, so
yeah. And beside is my second runner-up female Venus Career Ambassador.
It's
20,000.
to represent Venus Career. Yes.
Yeah, actually is not to represent. Yeah, of course to represent Venus Career. And there's a lot of things we need to do inside. Like maybe we need to do a lot of work for connecting the Venus Career department to other department like other companies.
Oh yeah, so it's everything related to career development.
Yep.
Yeah. So maybe you can share about this photo.
Well, this is the photo while in Mr. Universal Ambassador, one of the competition that held of our organization, and I was here with a few winners, and I stay at the right side, the most right one. Yeah, we are having a charity in orphanage.
Oh, it's also dealing with social works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you can, share about this red carpet moment.
This is the other work that we need to do while we winning the competition. We always like attending the events or maybe the invitation of a lot of competition. This is the Koko Cici Indonesia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like some pageant to compete for those Chinese culture thing.
Yeah, it's related to culture also.
Yeah.
And, they are also related, so pageant to another
pageant. Pageant to pageant, ambassador to pageant like that.
And you can share with this photo.
And this is the photo that, the thing that I always busy in these few days is having performance, and this is my performance team.
Oh, like performance in
singing,
what sort?
Singing, and I myself also like doing a lot of MC thing, master of ceremony.
Oh yeah, a lot of dealing with public speaking.
Yeah, yeah, that's a lot
everything related to.
But still on the step in learning to make it better.
And maybe you can, share what do you want to do next? Your next goal, what your next goal is.
Well, in the first, maybe I'm not thinking too much because I'm dealing with my busy stuff in my college. But I think the most thing that I want to do is become an influencer.
Oh yeah.
Yep, definitely is to influence those teenagers this time to make and for them to contribute to this country to make a better country, a better world.
Oh yeah, it's everything. Maybe enhancing themselves. Try to help them to discover their own unique potential.
Yes, of course.
Because maybe for you have like this ability to speak in public. Maybe there are others who have their own kind of uniqueness. Maybe
we can
try to influence
their own talents to show them that.
And also maybe you can share about maybe there are more viewers who would like to join this pageant competition. Maybe there are tips on you've been obviously you have been through the process. And you can share about some tips or about to deal with that.
Okay, in the competition, I think the most important is being confident. I think the confidence is the most important thing for join any competition. I think not only the pageant competition, and for myself for the joining the pageant competition, I think is to make a full preparation and know what actually you want in joining the competition. Like I myself in this Mr. Teen Indonesia, actually I myself not only want being famous like those Mr. Indonesia or Miss Indonesia, Putri Indonesia, but I myself is want to influence teenage like me to make something more and to make this world or this country become a better state. And the most important of others, this one I think is to well in your public speaking. Because you join the competition and the most how to say criteria for you being the winner, it's public speaking.
Yeah,
most important.
But everyone needs to have some kind of skill in public speaking, more or less.
Of course.
In any kind of situation, they will. every youngster, and maybe they have, you know, presentations or, you know, everything related to public speaking?
Actually, from the first time I come to Jakarta, it's public speaking is my negative. I'm very afraid of the public speaking because from the vocabulary, which usually I can be said never use the bahasa Indonesia in daily communication. Yeah, but until I arrived at Jakarta, I think that I need to have a change. So I start to do like training and doing the exercising and more and doing this all the time.
Oh yeah, because practice makes perfect.
Yes, practice makes perfect. Sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
and maybe you can shout out, you know, some message to all teenagers in Indonesia. You know, how you can influence them.
Well, the message actually is how to say is because every people have the different potential and different behavior. But I think the one that I can tell to all viewers is life has its own valuable and its own meaning. And towards the moment and toward the happiness moment and toward the something that you want to reach, it's in your own hand and your own path. So if you really want to do, walk it, believe in yourself, and you will did it.
Oh yeah, so that's the quote of the day.
Yeah, can you say like that?
I believe it. So yeah, thank you so much, Richie, for joining these conversations. We hope that, you know, that our discussion will inspire smart viewers, you know, to better themselves, to enhance and to discover their own unique potentials. Yeah. And everything related maybe to public speaking also.
Yeah. I myself also want to say thank you to BNews TV having me here. It's an honorable thing for me.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay, smart viewers, that's the end. Unfortunately, that's the end of our conversations. Don't forget to watch Face to Face in, you know, in same time, and also be sure to check out another upcoming episode of Face to Face. So I'm William Winari signing off. We'll see you on another episode. Bye bye.